Primary source, Herbert Spencer on Survival of the Fittest, from First Principles, 1862. A large class of officiously humane people can never see any social evil but they propose to pass some law for its future prevention. It never strikes them that the misfortunes of one are lessons for thousands, that the world generally learns more by its mistakes than by its successes, and that it is by the continual endeavour to avoid errors, difficulties, and dangers that society is to become wiser. But admitting this, it does not follow that it is not the wisest in the end to let things take their own course. Such conduct may at first sight appear unkind, but when its effects upon future generations are considered, it will be found to be the reverse. Establish a poor law, i.e. social welfare, to render a poor person's forethought and self-denial unnecessary. Enact a system of national education to take care of his children off his hands. Set up a national church to look after his religious wants. Make laws for the preservation of his health, that he may have less occasion to look after it himself. Do all this, and he may then, to a great extent, dispense with the faculties that the Almighty has given to him. Every powerful spring of action is destroyed. Acuteness of intellect is not wanted. Force of moral feeling is never called for. The higher powers of his mind are deprived of their natural exercise, and a gradual deterioration of character must ensue. The beneficial results of the survival of the fittest prove to be immeasurably greater than those above indicated. The process of natural selection, as Mr. Darwin called it, cooperating with the tendency to variation and to inheritance of variations, he has shown to be a chief cause, though not, I believe, the sole cause, of that evolution through which all living things, beginning with the lowest and diverging and rediverging as they evolved, have reached their present degrees of organization and adaptation to their modes of life. Every animate creature stands in a specific relation to the external world in which it lives. From the meanest zoophyte up to the most highly organized of the vertebrata, one and all have certain fixed principles of existence. Each has its varied bodily wants to be satisfied, food to be provided for its proper nourishment, a habitation to be constructed for shelter from the cold or for defense against enemies, now arrangements to be made for bringing up a brood of young, nests to be built, little ones to be fed and fostered, then a store of provisions to be laid in against winter, and so on, with a variety of other natural desires to be gratified. For the performance of all these operations, every creature has its appropriate organs and instincts, external apparatus and internal faculties, and the health and happiness of each being are bound up with the perfection and activity of these powers. They, in their turn, are dependent upon the position in which the creature is placed. Surround it with circumstances which preclude the necessity for any one of its faculties, and that faculty will become gradually impaired. Nature provides nothing in vain. Instincts and organs are only preserved so long as they are required. Place a tribe of animals in a situation where one of their attributes is unnecessary, take away its natural exercise, diminish its activity, and you will gradually destroy its power. Successive generations will see the faculty or instinct or whatever it may be become gradually weaker, and an ultimate degeneracy of the race will inevitably ensue. If species and genera and orders have arisen by evolution, then, as Mr. Darwin shows, disappearance of intermediate forms, less fitted for special spheres of existence, is an inference which is in harmony of what we know respecting races of men and animals.